right, appreciate you guys joining in. So today I'm basically going to show you how to get anything you want in life. And really, it's honestly the simplest thing ever. It just takes a little bit of work, takes a little bit of practice. Once you get used to it, you can literally almost spawn in like you have cheat codes to a video game, anything you want in life. And so where this all starts is it starts with thoughts. And I know it's kind of confusing, but we'll get into it. And then we'll go through the step 2 and step 3, and it'll all make more sense. And so thoughts. So thoughts are super important. And the reason why is because thoughts control your emotions. Everything that you think controls how you feel about things, whether they're good or bad. And you can hack these, and you can control your thoughts and get exactly what you want. So we'll get into that. And so, sorry about that. Great, nothing there. So basically, emotions control your actions. I don't know why it didn't pop up. Who cares? And these actions decide your life. Everything that you do basically spawns from thoughts. You do what you think, you feel how you think, and these emotions dictate how you respond to stuff and what you do. And these actions decide what you do with your life. And so the main thing is that you want to take away from this is that thoughts, if you can hack these, you can get anything you want in life. And so the last thing that's important, money, lifestyle, relationships, whatever that you guys want, this can all be controlled by your thoughts, really, because it controls your actions. And so kind of got a sneak peek of what we're talking about next, but it's goals. And so basically, we're going to put these goals to work so that they control your thoughts. And obviously, goals don't control your thoughts, but it's a good building block to really see what you want. And so it's good to control your goals. I think, honestly, I hated goals when I was a kid. Our school would always make us like goal set, and I thought it was the stupidest thing ever. And then later on, I realized how goals can be important, and we'll just see why here. So these are just thoughts that you want, right? And so you're just thinking to yourself, okay, I want to do this, I want to do that, whatever. And a lot of times for me, I'll have goals that I want, and months later, I just never get to it, and I never get to it until I decided how to do this one little secret trick. So usually the brain doesn't have motivation for these goals, right? So you're just like, oh, I want this, and then you do nothing for it, right? That happened to me all the time before. But for now, just make like a list of 1 to 3 things that you want the most in the world. And so the reason why is because usually people set like goals of like 8 different things, and when you try to spread yourself out too thin like butter, you can't really get the main things that are the most important. So write down the 1 to 3. Honestly, try to do just one. If you can focus on one, it makes it way easier. So one thing that you want the most in the world, absolute most, just for now. And one thing that will make your life entirely easier. Just do that for now. Simplicity is key. You remember, you don't want to spread yourself out too thin. And so as you see, I got a book here, The Alchemist. Totally recommend it. But if not, I just have this one quote from it that is entirely important. If you read the book, you probably already know what it is. But when you want something, all the universe conspires in helping you to achieve it. And it's so true. When you focus on one thing, just one thing, you see all the opportunities for it. And you see how the universe is almost acting as a force to help you achieve that goal. It just requires a lot of focus, which I have troubles with. And so we'll get into the last thing here. So to get anything in life, the third step, which is the most important, affirmations and manifestation. And I know it sounds kind of ooh-woo, whatever. I'll explain here. So we'll go down here. And so the reason why affirmations and manifesting is so important is because it creates those new thought patterns that we talked about earlier. Thoughts control your emotions, emotions control your actions. And so when you do affirmations or manifestation, it controls the way you think, and it changes the way you think. An example here is back in school, I think, let's say you were called the smart kid in class and other people called you the smart kid. I think, especially when you're a kid, you kind of want to adapt to kind of be the smart kid. So you start acting more smart. You start raising your hand more or whatever. Or for me, I was more kind of called the goofy kid or the class clown. So then I tried to act stupider to kind of get laughs and all that stuff. It's super true. But the reason why this is important is because when you do affirmations and manifestation, try to word it as third person. So you'll see Joe has a six pack. This could be a manifestation that you create or Joe creates for himself. Um, but it doesn't work as good because if you don't have a six pack and you just have a beer belly, it's not going to work as good as Joe is working out increasingly. You want it to be with a hint of truth. And so you use keywords like increasingly, more and more, and exponentially. So you can say for me, I am increasingly working on my YouTube channel. My YouTube channel has more and more views each video I create. My YouTube channel is exponentially growing, right? But you want to do it third person. When you do it third person, it sounds more as if you are hearing it from someone else. And we'll get into how to make it hear like you're hearing it from someone else. So then the last one, type this all out on your notes app, everything that you want. And I'll also leave a template for my affirmations in the description, just ones that are going to improve you as a person more well-roundedly. And so type all your goals out on person, everything that you want, doesn't matter. Just remember to have those 1 to 3 goals in it. That's entirely important. And try to keep all your affirmations around those ones. Then you're going to highlight all your notes in the speech and then click speak. What this is going to do is Siri is going to read all of it out to you. So I just put AirPods in before I go to bed and I click speak. And Siri reads all of them to me. And repeat this 5 to 6 times a week. This is going to keep repeating, and it's going to create different neural pathways in your mind, neuroplasticity. So it's not like ooh woo, oh, like manifesting, it's not like super religious or anything. You can integrate it with your spiritual practices. But what this does is it's creating different pathways in your mind. And your mind, it likes to think of things it's already thought of. So there's a study about 90% of your thoughts from yesterday you have today. And so what this is doing is it's hijacking your thoughts and it's creating little riverways of thoughts. Your brain likes to think the way it already does. So when you hijack your thoughts and create these rivers, slowly they turn into canyons of thought and you get really used to seeing yourself more successfully, healthier, with better habits that you want. And overall, this is going to change your actions and it's going to lead you to getting literally anything you want in life. And obviously, you can see here what I'm manifesting is a big YouTube audience, just something that I've always wanted to do. I think it's one of the better business practices. So if you want to help get whatever I want in life, feel free to comment, subscribe, just help me out. I'll watch a bunch of my videos. So appreciate you guys. You guys have a good one. Thank you.